And now among the global trading partners facing higher tariffs on their exports to the U.S. is India. They're facing a 25% tariff starting August 7th. President Trump has accused India of imposing unfair tariffs and trade barriers on the U.S. Exports from India include everything from parts for high-tech goods, pharmaceuticals, and even precious gems. We're joined now by BBC News correspondent Devina Gupta in New Delhi. Devina, thank you for joining us today. What's been the reaction there to that 25% tariff imposed by President Trump?
Well, chaos in some parts. If you look at exporters who are in these businesses that you mentioned, and these are labor-intensive sectors of textile and leather, which support tens of thousands of jobs. So they are feeling uncertain. They don't know for how long they can have a contract, at what rate they should have a future contract, and whether they will be able to absorb these extra tariffs, because it's not just 25% of tariffs that they have to pay, but also additional penalty that could come their way, because US President Donald Trump has accused India of trade ties with Russia, and he's not happy about it. Well, India remains one of the largest importers of oil globally, and Russia is India's biggest oil supplier. And India has maintained that it's crucial because it wants to keep energy affordable for its people. We are talking about the world's largest population here. And it is, in the same breath, it said that its ties with Russia are separate, its ties with the US are separate. And it's trying to convince these negotiators to find a middle way forward. We are hoping there could be a bilateral trade deal before time runs out for India in the coming weeks, and the exporters could feel a bit of relief.
And what kind of message does India think the White House is sending by implementing these tariffs? Does this test the relationship between the two countries?
Well, the opinions are divided here, because on one hand, people feel it could be just political posturing coming from US President Donald Trump to get a better deal when it comes to a bilateral trade agreement between two sides. The other side, for example, the opposition parties feel that the Indian government has failed in its economic and foreign policy when it comes to dealing with the US. But the Indian government says, look, we've been trying to protect our domestic producers by keeping those tariffs high, especially for sensitive sectors like agriculture, which again support millions of farmers here, and these are small farmers. So we can't allow US to enter with its cheaper goods or genetically modified crop and open our dairy sector, for example, for the same reason. And that's where the government feels they could perhaps reason with the United States government, saying that it is a large and growing market. You have a lot of American companies, from Apple to Meta to Tesla, which are interested in doing business here. And they're also looking at diversifying their supply chain from China. So can India be that option? And India feels, and at least the government here feels, that there is still room for negotiations. In their statements, time and again, they've said that US is our largest trading partner. It's a trusted partner. We want to have that conversation. Let's come to the table with some realistic middle path forward.
Okay, we'll see what happens. BBC News correspondent Devina Gupta in New Delhi for us today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your insight.